Hey, this Foolio, man. Go follow my people Fuel Packs, man. I'm gonna put their app below and I'm gonna put their channel link right there.
That's Foolio, but here's the twist. That particular video was posted days after his death. The rapper, who was gunned down at a Holiday Inn, has been shockingly active on Instagram, posting clips with hints like this one.
Bro, I'm gonna be here for sure. I ain't gonna know it. I'm a demigod, man. You can't get me.
And leaving haunting comments under his biggest ops post. Fans are now questioning, is Foolio really gone? In this video, we dive into the shocking new discovery and explore why some believe Foolio faked his own death and why they might just be right. Is Foolio still alive? Ever since Foolio's death, his Instagram has been way too active for someone who's supposed to be gone. Posts, stories, even comments. It's like he never left. People are starting to wonder if there's more to this story. The mystery surrounding Foolio's Instagram account began on June 28, 2024, just 6 days after his death. As fans and the hip-hop community were still grappling with the shocking news, something even more bewildering started to unfold on Foolio's Instagram. On that fateful day, someone using Foolio's account posted a series of bizarre and unsettling content that left fans in a state of confusion and disbelief. One of the most unnerving posts was a promotional video, seemingly featuring Foolio himself. In the video, Foolio appears to urge his fans to follow certain profiles, making everyone question if the account was hacked or if Foolio had somehow staged his own death. Check out this clip.
Hey, this Foolio, man. Go follow my people Fuel Packs, man. I'm gonna put their app below and I'm gonna put their channel link right there.
Watching the video was a chilling experience for many. It left fans in a state of shock and confusion. Social media was flooded with reactions as fans struggled to make sense of the bizarre posts and comments. But that wasn't the only chilling thing happening. The person behind Foolio's account also left a haunting comment on a post by Youngin Ace, Foolio's sworn enemy. The post in question was a link to the music video for Game Over, one of Ace's most ruthless diss tracks aimed at Foolio. The diss track is filled with scathing lyrics that left no doubt about Ace's feelings towards his late rival. In the song, Ace raps, "Y'all know I smoke dead people, man, you know what I'm saying, and I smoke 6, haha." This line directly references Foolio's crew, 6 Block, and sets a provocative tone for the rest of the track. As the track progresses, Ace goes into explicit detail about Foolio's death. He raps, "Dead on the floor, dead on arrival, Mr. 6. I'm steady screaming out, the long the 6. This line not only disrespects Foolio, but also mocks the circumstances surrounding his death. Ace continues with, 4 in the car and one of them dead, 3 got hit. I told them because they don't want no war with this shit." This references the night Foolio was killed. The most jarring part of the song comes when Ace raps, 5.56 increased the murder rate, another body on the way, mask on, get up close, this another closed case, Don Julio, shots to the face. Comparing Foolio, who went by the name Julio Foolio, to taking shots of Don Julio tequila is both a chilling and disrespectful metaphor. Adding to the haunting nature of this situation, the person using Foolio's Instagram account left a single trash can emoji under the video. This simple emoji had a big impact considering the situation. Foolio was no longer alive to defend himself, making the comment both morbid and haunting. It was as if Foolio's spirit was reaching out, refusing to let the feud die with him. Youngin Ace, never one to shy away from confrontation, saw the comment almost immediately. His response was swift and cutting. He wrote, "You still with me, dude?" followed by 2 laughing emojis. Then, in a twist that left everyone puzzled, he added, "I love you for Eva." The love on Ace's side was presumably sarcastic, given how brutal his diss tracks against Foolio had been. All this is going on while the search for Foolio's killers persists. Foolio's life was brutally cut short on the night of June 23rd, 2024. That night, meant to be a celebration of his life and success, turned into a nightmare. Foolio had spent weeks planning for that night. On June 14th, 2024, Julio Foolio took to Instagram to announce his upcoming birthday celebrations. The post read, "Tampa, Florida, my Airbnb pool party. June 21st, DM me for address, and my official birthday party, June 22nd at Club Teasers. Club address, 9700 North Nebraska Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Pull up." The announcement was met with a mix of excitement and concern from his fans. It was unusual for Foolio to post his location publicly. Over the years, Foolio had managed to gather many enemies, putting a significant target on his back. In 2021, he survived a harrowing attack where it was alleged that 100 bullets were fired at him as he stepped out of a recording studio. Miraculously, he sustained only a slight injury when a bullet grazed his leg. In July 2020, he was involved in another shooting incident in Texas. These incidents, among others, highlighted the dangerous world Foolio navigated as a rising star. In a particularly harrowing incident, Foolio suffered a serious gunshot wound and broke several bones in his foot after being attacked by assailants while leaving a gas station near Paxson School for Advanced Studies. After surgeries at a hospital in Jacksonville, he started a lawsuit against the hospital for allegedly revealing his location. So You can imagine the shock when Foolio posted an invite to his birthday party, sharing every detail publicly right up until he was killed. Now, people are connecting the dots, thinking he was posting everything on Instagram to fake his death and get ahead of his rivals. The fact that his Instagram stayed active days after his death has fueled these rumors. When I say he was posting everything, I mean everything. When Foolio and his crew rented an Airbnb for the weekend, he took to Instagram to show off the property. He posted pictures of the pool, the party setup, and more. It was as if Foolio wanted everyone to know exactly where the party was. At one point, he even jumped on social media to tell his fans to send him a message if they wanted to attend.
The pool party start today at 5, 6 o'clock. If you already got the address, pull up, man. You got the address, pull up. If you need the address, DM me right now. The pool party start at 5, 6 o'clock.
This seemed odd to a lot of people because Foolio always seemed like the kind of person who was aware that his ops were watching his every move. When the pool party kicked off as planned, Foolio shared more updates on his Instagram. Videos showed a lively atmosphere with drinks flowing and women enjoying themselves, all set against the backdrop of the luxurious Airbnb.
Got me drinking, cuz. I don't even drink, cuz. Appreciate everybody popping out for my birthday, you know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday!
Everybody got their socks, put their socks in the air, man. Okay, David. Everybody take their on 3, man. 1, 2, 3.
Meanwhile, Foolio's ops were watching closely, planning their next move. About an hour into the party, the police showed up at the Airbnb. The landlord had heard about the loud party and decided to take action. Foolio and his crew were kicked out of the property. Foolio took to Instagram to express his frustration, posting, "Police shut us down and kicked us out the Airbnb. That's crazy work." Instead of laying low, Foolio still shared his next movement with the public. He posted a poster for a nearby club where the party would continue. The poster included the club's address, once again revealing his location to the world. When they arrived at the club, Foolio kept posting updates, showing exactly where he was sitting. This gave his enemies plenty of time to plan their attack, knowing his exact location and how many people were with him. After some time in the club, Foolio quickly decided to move the party to a nearby Holiday Inn. As the party moved to the Holiday Inn, Foolio kept his spirits high, happily greeting family and friends. As the night went on and the clock ticked past midnight, the festive mood began to shift. What started as a joyous celebration was about to take a tragic turn. Around 4:40 a.m., the Tampa Police Department received multiple 911 calls reporting gunfire at the Holiday Inn on McKinley Drive. Officers rushed to the scene and were met with chaos. 2 cars had been shot at, 3 people were injured but stable, and 1 person was found dead. Foolio's attorney, Louis Fusco, confirmed the tragic news of his death with a heartfelt statement. "I am deeply saddened to announce the passing of Foolio," Fusco shared. "While most people knew him as the controversial rapper and entertainer, I was fortunate enough to know Charles Jones, the man behind the public persona." Fusco went on to say, "He was a young man who grew up in challenging circumstances, yet he was determined to defy the odds and succeed in everything he did. His journey was marked by resilience and an unwavering desire to strive for greatness." News of Foolio's death spread rapidly, with social media platforms lighting up with tributes and condolences. Reactions varied widely. Many were respectful, while others, like Charleston White's, were insensitive and controversial. After Foolio's death, Charleston White took to Instagram, saying Foolio worked hard to get killed.
"I told him they would go get him." "Yeah, no, well, I didn't tell him they would go get him. I just knew they would go get him. Because the boy worked hard to get got."
Charleston White stirred up more controversy when he said in the video that no one should mourn for Foolio. Charleston White's reaction was heavily criticized. However, among all the reactions following Foolio's death, it was Foolio's girlfriend's response that truly caught people's attention. After the tragedy, Foolio's girlfriend, devastated by the loss, poured out her grief and anger on social media. She posted, "He was shot and killed last night while celebrating his 26th birthday. Y'all took my boyfriend from me. I hate y'all and I won't be the only one crying." Her raw and powerful words highlighted the intense pain she was feeling. Many believe her statement, "I won't be the only one crying," hinted at deeper conflicts behind the scenes and suggested that the gang war that led to Foolio's death was far from over. The Jacksonville Gang War. The origins of the gang war between Foolio and Youngeen Ace can be traced back to the streets of Jacksonville, Florida, where gang culture has long been ingrained in the city's fabric. This conflict between 2 prominent figures erupted around 2017 and has since spiraled into a deadly feud, claiming numerous lives. ATK, or Ace's Top Killers, is a gang associated with Youngeen Ace. While the exact meaning of the acronym is debated, it's clear that ATK members are spread across various parts of Jacksonville, including Melvin Park, Orange Park, and the 1200 600 block on the east side. Youngin Ace is often seen as the leading figure of ATK, with notable members like Young 23, Trey Shorty, K-So, and his brother Boss Goon. On the other side, we have KTA, or Kill Them All, led by Foolio. KTA stems from an older gang known as Problem Child Entertainment, PCE, which was notorious for its criminal activities. Foolio, who grew up in the crime-ridden Hilltop Village apartments, is the face of KTA. Other prominent KTA members include Rico Osama, Zion Brown, Bibby, and Techie. The feud between ATK and KTA has no clear beginning, but it's believed to have intensified with the murder of Zion Brown, Foolio's cousin, on May 27, 2017. Zion was at home with his younger sisters and cousins when an ATK member, DeAndre Thomas, also known as Trey Shorty, broke in and opened fire. Zion was killed, and 2 girls were injured. Trey Shorty was later arrested. KTA sought revenge by attacking Youngin Ace and his brothers. On June 5, 2018, Youngin Ace was out with his brother and friends, Trayvon Bullard, Royale Smith, and Jacoby Groover. They had just finished dining at a local restaurant in Jacksonville, Florida, and were heading home. As they stopped at a red light near the St. John's Town Center, another vehicle pulled up beside them. Without warning, gunfire erupted, shattering the windows and filling the night air with bullets. The assailants fired relentlessly, targeting the car's occupants. By the time the shooting stopped, Trayvon Bullard, Royale Smith, and Jacoby Groover were fatally wounded. Youngin Ace, despite being hit multiple times, miraculously survived. The scene was one of devastation, with the car riddled with bullet holes and the lifeless bodies of Trayvon, Royale, and Jacoby inside. Ace, bleeding from his wounds, was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. At the hospital, Youngin Ace's condition was dire. He had been hit 13 to 14 times, with 8 bullets still lodged in his body that couldn't be removed immediately. Ace's struggles didn't end there. Without health insurance, he was discharged from the hospital earlier than advisable. Adding to his headache, it was discovered that he and his group had visited a gun shop on University Boulevard earlier that day. Surveillance footage showed Ace handling a firearm, leading to a probation violation charge. Facing the aftermath of the shooting and mounting legal issues, Ace turned himself in to the authorities. He was charged with violating his probation from a 2017 conviction for accessory to attempted robbery. His probation terms explicitly forbade any contact with firearms, and the video evidence was enough for the judge to deny him bail. Meanwhile, Foolio and his KTA crew were escalating the violence by visiting the grave sites of deceased ATK members and taking inappropriate pictures to mock and taunt their rivals. One of the next victims of this violent feud was Foolio's brother, Bibby. On the day he died, Bibby started his day like any other, going to school. However, that day, he decided to break his routine. Bibby headed out to Hilltop Village apartment complex on West 45th Street around 2:30 p.m. to visit a friend. Little did he know danger was close by. As Bibby arrived at Hilltop, masked suspects were already following him. Witnesses said the suspects chased Bibby to the back of the parking lot, and gunfire erupted, sounding like a war zone.
It sounded like it was Iraq out here, like multiple guns, like from different guns.
When officers arrived, they found Bibby lying in a pool of blood. He had been shot multiple times and was pronounced dead on the spot. The brutal attack left the community in shock. In response, Foolio released a diss track titled "When I See You," referencing the triple homicide that claimed the lives of Youngin Ace's brother and friends. The track, which samples Fantasia's song of the same name, became Foolio's biggest hit, amassing millions of views. The music video features Foolio dancing around a graveyard with a print of 23, Cody, and Quan singing Happy Birthday. This provocative display only served to deepen the hatred between the two factions. The feud reached new heights with the release of Who I Smoke by Youngin Ace, Spinabenz, Wapawit Da Chopa, and Fast Money Goon. The track, which samples Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles, mocks the deaths of KTA members Bibby, Techie, and Lil 9. The music video went viral, garnering over 41 million views. The combination of a catchy pop song with sinister and violent lyrics shocked audiences and brought national attention to the gang war. The violence in the feud continued after. On December 11, 2019, Charles McCormick, known as Lil Buck, was gunned down by K-So and his accomplice, Dominique Barner. Reports say K-So and his crew began following Lil Buck from his home. They tailed him to a shopping center on Merrill Road, waiting for the right moment to strike. Lil Buck, unaware of the danger, went about his business and entered a store around 11 a.m. Little did he know that his enemies were watching his every move. As Lil Buck left the store, K-So saw his chance. Allegedly, he jumped out of the car car with an assault rifle and opened fire on Lil Buck, killing him on the spot. The sound of gunfire echoed through the shopping center, sending bystanders into a panic. A nearby off-duty police officer witnessed the murder. The officer immediately gave chase, following the culprits for several blocks. However, Queso and Barner managed to temporarily evade capture. Their getaway was chaotic. The suspects crashed their car and were seen jumping through yards trying to escape. They allegedly broke into a woman's home, holding her hostage while they changed clothes. After changing clothes and leaving the property, Queso and Barner were allegedly picked up by Queso's father, making him an accessory to murder. Queso was later charged with the murders of both Lil Buck and Bibby. The feud has claimed other lives, including that of J.D. Youngin, a close friend of Young G Ace. On July 27, 2022, J.D. Youngin and his father were ambushed outside their home by 5 gunmen. J.D. Youngin was hit 8 times and died at a local hospital. Foolio mocked his death on social media, further escalating the tension. All this violence ultimately led to Foolio's death. The gang war between ATK and KTA has left a lasting impact on the community of Jacksonville. Families have been torn apart and countless lives, especially those of rappers, have been lost. This isn't the first time such violence has occurred in the hip-hop world. In fact, it's becoming increasingly common for rappers to be killed over beef or gang violence. Other rappers who died over gang violence. One notable rapper recently killed in gang-related violence is Young Dolph. Many believe he died due to the violent rivalry between the Paper Route Empire and the Trula Mafia. In the beginning, Young Dolph's Paper Route Empire and the Trula Mafia had a close relationship. Both groups were making a name for themselves in the Memphis rap scene, and their alliance seemed strong. A key figure in this connection was J Money, a rising star in the Trula Mafia, who was feared in the streets and respected in the studio. J Money was one of the most active and influential figures in the Trula Mafia. Known for his relentless hustle and street credibility, he quickly became a prominent figure in Memphis. His double life as a street soldier and an aspiring rapper made him a unique and powerful presence. J Money's talent in the booth was undeniable, and he was poised to be the next big thing out of Memphis. Young Dolph and J Money's bond was strong. They collaborated on several tracks, and those close to the situation say that Dolph was J Money's biggest inspiration. J Money's influence extended beyond the music scene. He was deeply entrenched in street life, and his reputation as a formidable figure in the Trula Mafia added to his mystique. However, this dual existence came with its own set of challenges. In 2014, J Money's street activities caught up with him when he was charged with first-degree murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. The incident involved the killing of his own associate, Enzel Monroe, under circumstances that remain unclear to this day. Despite his legal troubles, J Money's star continued to rise. His music resonated with many, and his street credibility only added to his allure. However, living with one foot in the rap game and the other in the trenches proved to be a dangerous balancing act. On August 20, 2016, J Money's life was cut short when he was gunned down outside the K Cabaret nightclub by what police described as a gang-related hit. J Money's death left a power vacuum in the Trula Mafia, leading to internal conflicts and increased tensions with the Paper Route Empire. The feud between the two groups escalated, resulting in several violent incidents. One of the significant splits within the Trula Mafia occurred when Big Scar formed his own crew, Rich and Ruthless, Double R. Initially, there was peace between Double R and Trula Mafia, but this changed when a Double R member, BG, was murdered, allegedly by Trula Mafia members. This sparked a deadly gang war. Dolph had tried to remain neutral, but his decision to sign Big Unk, a Double R affiliate, to Paper Route Empire made him a target for the Trilla Mafia. This move was seen as a betrayal by many in Trilla, and it intensified the already chaotic situation. On November 17, 2021, Young Dolph was at his favorite bakery in Memphis, buying cookies. It was a routine visit, but this time it would be his last. 2 shooters emerged from a stolen Mercedes-Benz and opened fire, killing Dolph on the spot. Another notable rapper who died due to gang violence is Pop Smoke. Born Bashar Baraka Jackson on July 20th, 1999, Pop Smoke grew up in the tough streets of Brooklyn, New York. From a young age, he faced the harsh realities of the hood, where opportunities for a brighter future seemed limited. His early life was marked by challenges and run-ins with the law. In 8th grade, Pop was expelled for bringing a gun to school, resulting in 2 years of house arrest for possession of a weapon. Despite these setbacks, he excelled in basketball, playing as a point and shooting guard. His talent on the court earned him a scholarship to Rocktop Academy in Philadelphia. However, his dreams of a basketball career were cut short when he was diagnosed with a heart murmur, forcing him to return to Brooklyn. Back in Brooklyn, Pop Smoke turned to the streets full-time, but never let go of his dream of becoming a famous rapper. In 2018, while hanging out in the studio with fellow artist Jay Guapo, Pop seized an unexpected opportunity. When Guapo got too high and fell asleep, Pop jumped into the recording booth and laid down a track using a beat he found on 808 Mello's YouTube channel. channel. This moment marked the beginning of his rap career. Pop Smoke brought significant attention to the Brooklyn drill sound, solidifying his place in the music industry. His unique voice, energetic delivery, and authentic portrayal of street life resonated with fans, propelling him to stardom. Despite his rapid rise in music, Pop Smoke's life was tragically cut short by violence. On the night of February 18, 2020, Pop Smoke was staying at a luxurious Beverly Hills mansion, rented from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Teddy Mellencamp and her husband Edwin Arroyav. Pop and his crew were enjoying a brief break from their hectic schedules, marked by a small gathering with friends. Little did they know, this night would end in tragedy. Surveillance footage later showed a group of men entering the mansion with chilling determination. Initially, it appeared the intruders had left without taking any valuables, leading investigators to suspect that the murder was gang-related. Pop Smoke was known to be affiliated with the 823 Crips, GS9, and the Wu, a larger umbrella organization that included various allied Brooklyn gangs. Despite these affiliations, Pop did not have any known public beefs at the time, adding to the mystery surrounding his death. The day before his murder, much like in Foolio's case, Pop Smoke and his friend Michael Duradola posted several images on Instagram, showcasing their vacation spot and some gifts they had received. In one of the photos, the house numbers on the garage were clearly visible. In another, the address on a gift from the brand Amiri could be seen. These clues, combined with publicly available information about the house, allowed the killers to track down Pop Smoke and easily locate the mansion. The world was left in shock and mourning as news of Pop Smoke's murder spread. For a while, it seemed like his case might join the ranks of unsolved rap murders, such as those of Biggie Smalls and Big L. The investigation faced significant challenges, including the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, which forced police units and the legal system to pause the case. Additionally, the witnesses who were present that night were reluctant to cooperate with the authorities, fueling rumors that Pop Smoke might have been set up by his own people, or that old gang beef had followed him to California. Shortly after, the police revealed that they had arrested 5 suspects in connection with Pop Smoke's murder. The suspects included 19-year-old Corey Walker, 18-year-old Keandre Rogers, 21-year-old Jaquan Murphy, and 2 unidentified juveniles. Walker and Rogers were allegedly connected to the 107 Hoover Gang. This gang-related violence also led to FBG Duck's death. On August 4th, 2020, the Chicago drill scene was rocked by the tragic and shocking death of FBG Duck. Duck was out shopping with his girlfriend in the upscale Gold Coast neighborhood, known for being one of the wealthiest and safest areas in the city. As they walked down the street, 2 cars pulled up and 4 shooters jumped out, opening fire in broad daylight. Duck was hit multiple times in the chest and neck, and sadly succumbed to his injuries later that day. The news of Duck's death sent shock through the community and the music industry. Rumors quickly began to circulate that members of O Block were behind the hit, but initially, there was no concrete evidence to support these claims. The investigation into Duck's murder gained momentum, and in October 2021, the Chicago police arrested 5 individuals from O Block in connection with the killing. C-Thang, C-Murda, Muwap, Loss, and Zell Muna were all named in a RICO indictment. However, Zell Muna took his own life a couple of months before the news broke. The RICO case against the suspects is complex and difficult to beat, and it is possible that other members of O Block could also be implicated. The trial is not scheduled to start until fall 2023, so it will be some time before the full extent of the evidence against them is revealed. All these incidents prove how deadly hip-hop gang wars can be. With the ongoing updates from Foolio's Instagram account, fans keep wondering if the Jacksonville gang war is really over, as Young Gene Ace proclaimed in his diss track, Game Over. While some fans latch on to conspiracy theories that Foolio is alive and staged his death, it's more likely that Foolio's Instagram account was hacked and is being used to further stir up the conflict. One thing is for sure, this war is far from over. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.